Steel Curtain is returning to greatness in 2023. Throughout last season, it was frequently emphasized that the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin has never experienced a losing season, a remarkable achievement that isn't just overplayed media hype. Understanding what Mike Tomlin has done over the last 16 years cannot go unnoticed. Last season seemed destined to break that streak. The Steelers were faced with starting either Mitchell Trubisky or rookie quarterback Kenny Pickett. Though Pickett was a first-round selection, he was not perceived as a top-tier prospect. After a challenging start with Trubisky, the Steelers pivoted to Pickett. With a 2-6 record heading into their bye week, a grim season appeared inevitable, an outcome that, in the high-stakes world of professional football, is not uncommon. Unexpectedly, however, the Steelers rebounded. They secured victories in 3 of their next 5 games and preserved Tomlin's impeccable record. They launched into a 4-game winning streak to close the season. At one point in Week 18, as various other playoff scenarios were aligning, it seemed that Pittsburgh might clinch a postseason berth. Although that hope was extinguished when the New York Jets lost to the Miami Dolphins, the 9-8 Steelers concluded the season with significant achievements to reflect upon as they entered the offseason. Kenny Pickett's rookie season as the Steelers quarterback was far from spectacular, we know that. Yet it was not without its promising moments. In particular, his last-minute drives that led to victories against the Las Vegas Raiders and Baltimore Ravens offer encouraging signs of his potential under pressure. While Pickett's overall statistics are modest, with 7 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and a passer rating of 76.7, it is very, very important to contextualize these numbers. Among all quarterbacks with at least 200 attempts, Pickett ranked just above Zach Wilson of the Jets, the only player with a lower rating. Certainly, Pickett exhibited areas that require improvement. He faced challenges as a deep passer and struggled under defensive pressure, common hurdles for rookie quarterback. These struggles were perhaps anticipated, considering that Pickett was not initially regarded as an elite prospect entering the NFL. Pickett showcased a capacity to perform in clutch situations, an invaluable quality in a quarterback. As he demonstrated in those crucial drives, he possesses a composure and ability that could, with further development, make him an essential leader for the Steelers offense. In 2022, Deontay Johnson set an unusual NFL record. He amassed 86 receptions without a single touchdown, the most receptions without a touchdown in a single season in NFL history. That's crazy. Though this statistic might seem like a red flag at first glance, we have to understand that this is not going to happen again. Johnson had a combined 15 touchdowns in the 2 previous seasons. Former rookie George Pickens has quickly proven to be a playmaker. His standout performances, while potentially inflating his perceived value a bit, are nonetheless indicative of his substantial talent, which was evident when the Steelers drafted him in the 2nd round in 2022. The distinction of the NFL's most valuable defensive player is often associated with the dominant Aaron Donald, but TJ Watt's impact on the Pittsburgh Steelers is making a compelling argument for him to be in that conversation. Watt's ability to shape a game is unquestionable and was painfully clear to the Steelers when a torn pectoral muscle sidelined him for 7 games last season. The Steelers' struggles without Watt were stark. During his absence, which aligned with the team's 2-6 start, the Steelers' defensive numbers declined dramatically. As noted by NFL.com's Grant Gordon, with Watt on the field, the Steelers allowed an average of 288.8 yards and 16.9 points per game. Without him, these figures ballooned to 389.9 yards per game and 25.3 points per game, a substantial increase that underlines Watt's critical importance to Pittsburgh's defense. Upon his return, the Steelers clamped down, yielding an NFL best 272.9 yards per game. Beyond just his individual stats, Watt's presence as a leader is transformative for the Steelers' defense. He demands attention from opposing offenses, often requiring double teams that in turn free up opportunities for his teammates to make plays. He is a natural-born leader, both in terms of his performance and his energy, setting a tone of relentless effort that can invigorate an entire team. While Watt is clearly among the NFL's elite defensive talents, the significant drop-off in the Steelers' defensive performance during his absence also highlights a vulnerability: the team's lack of depth at the edge rusher position beyond Watt. Of course, we all know Alex Highsmith. He's a dog. He is respected. But this is something the Steelers front office may need to address to ensure that the defense can remain stout even when Watt is not on the field. Indeed, the notion of Kenny Pickett transforming into an MVP candidate in the near future might seem like a long shot to most observers, but the idea that he can evolve into a top 10 quarterback this season doesn't seem far-fetched for me. As a former first-round pick, expectations for Pickett are naturally high, and he has landed in an organization with a strong tradition and a well-regarded coaching staff. The infrastructure around Pickett is noteworthy. He has a talented array of pass catchers and a solid offensive line, not the best, not the greatest, but it is poised to improve with recent additions. The running back game led by Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren offers balance and support for the young quarterback. On the other side of the ball, the Steelers boast a defense that can be among the league's elite, particularly with TJ Watt in the lineup. Pickett's development is unquestionably the linchpin for this team. There were promising signs in his rookie season, despite the typical struggles most first-year quarterbacks experience. If he can build on those positive elements, refine his decision-making, and further acclimate to the speed and complexity of the NFL, he has the potential to rapidly ascend the ranks of NFL quarterbacks. Consider the examples set by another young quarterback in recent years who have shown that the significant leap in performance is possible with the right combination of talent, coaching, and experience. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow himself are prime examples of young quarterbacks who quickly rose to prominence and dramatically impact their team's fortunes. In the highly competitive AFC North, where battles with the Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns, and Cincinnati Bengals, having a confident and effective Kenny Pickett could be the key to swinging the division in Pittsburgh's favor. If Pickett does take the significant step forward beyond what most are expecting, it's easy to envision the Steelers not only competing for a division title, but also making a deep playoff run. They have a storied tradition, a seasoned coaching staff, and a roster that, with competent quarterback play, can compete with anyone. And you know what? I'm actually very, very confident in the second-year progress that Kenny Pickett is going to acquire, and I'm actually going to put my money where my mouth is. And if you're interested in making money this football season, head over to Prize Picks, use code RFF for a deposited match up to $100. I'm going to be taking the Kenny Pickett season total in passing yards of 3,300.5, and I'm taking the over on that. The divine connection that he and George Pickens are aligning is something to not underlook. And with Deontay Johnson on a touchdown comeback tour, Kenny Pickett is poised to have an amazing season in the passing department. So it's going to be a tall order for Kenny Pickett and the Pittsburgh Steelers to get back to the steel curtain ways. As Pickett's development goes, so likely go the fortunes of the 2023 Pittsburgh Steelers. It's an exciting storyline that places the young quarterback firmly in the spotlight as a potential catalyst for this proud franchise. What do you think about your Pittsburgh Steelers? Do you think they have it to not only make the playoffs, but make a deep run and get back to the greatness? I don't know. Let me know in the comments though. Like, comment, subscribe.